Welcome to careforcustomers.com, the call center management series. Today we're going to talk about occupancy. So, occupancy, also known as utilization, I think the terms are interchangeable, is a measure of how busy your agents are in a specific given period of time. So, for this session, let's just take an hour as that given period of time for our discussion today. So, here's a nice little graphic. What I've tried to do in the top sort of pie here is represent Sally, the call center agent, her time in that hour. So in an hour, she's going to be talking with customers. She's going to have time that's spent on hold. And then she's also going to have time spent in call wrap or after call work. And that's divided by her talk time, her hold time, her call wrap, plus the time that she was idle in that hour, plus any time that she might have spent in an aux code or in a different state, and then any other time that represents her hour. So if Sally spent 50 minutes talking on call hold or call wrap in the 60-minute period, her occupancy would be 83.3%. So what's ideal occupancy? In the industry, I think you'll see between 80 and 85%, but there is no single right answer. It really is specific to your particular company, your policies, your procedures, your scheduling, how your company wants to run the call center, but it's an ideal. It is here, 80 to 85%. Now, if we talk about factors that drive higher occupancy, let's say over that 85%, here's some of the things that you need to look for that are probably driving higher than expected occupancy. So first and foremost, you're going to have higher call volume than you planned. Hopefully you're looking at week over week, looking at where your call volume is, might be higher on Mondays, lower on Fridays. So if you have a good plan, and then your call volume comes higher than that plan, then that's going to drive higher occupancy within your organization. You may have some poor interval staffing within the week or within the day, and that means you've got a typical call spike coming in at, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you may not have enough staff to handle that spike. So that's going to drive higher occupancy in that period of time. Overall, bad staffing schedules, your staff are not aligned with the call arrival patterns, that's going to create higher occupancy. And of course, if you plan for an average handle time, let's say of 300 seconds or 5 minutes, and your agents are handling calls at 360 seconds or 6 minutes, then that's going to drive a higher occupancy because they're just busy doing other stuff than what you expected. So what are the concerns with high occupancy? First and foremost, high stress for the agents. So if they're taking call after call after call after call, they're going to get stressed. And as a result, here's a couple things that happen. Average talk times tend to go up in high occupancy situations. That's because agents know that as soon as they hang up, they're going to be talking to another customer, and they're going to have to go through, conversations about hold times or why the customers have been waiting so long. So if they're talking with a customer they like, they're tend to going to stay on that phone call a little bit longer. Call quality starts to decrease because they're getting stressed. They're not going to abide by all the different policies, procedures that you may have when it comes to call quality. So you're going to start to see some of that erode. Then over a longer period of time, you're going to see agent attrition go up. So agents are going to say, you know what, man, I'm out of here. This is just, it's just too crazy. It's too busy. You never get a break. You never get a chance to, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, whatever the case may be. So you're going to see agents attrit out of your organization. And as a result of all of that, service levels are probably going to go down because calls are holding, agents are stressed, they're taking longer, and your overall service levels are going to decrease as a result. Now flip that coin over and let's talk about low occupancy. There's some concerns with low occupancy again. So let's take 50% occupancy, which means an agent is working 30 minutes of every 60 minutes in an hour. That means the cost to run your call center is significantly higher then it should be at an 80 to 85% level. So that's going to impact overall conversations when it comes to budgeting time. And then agents are going to get bored. They tend to want to do work, and sitting there for 30 minutes of every hour, they're going to get bored. But how you can solve that is that's an ideal opportunity for coaching or training of agents. So when you get into those high occupancy situations, make sure that they're better trained, they're better equipped with tools, processes to help them through those situations. And that's our session on occupancy. Hopefully some of this has helped.